If you were given $1 billion to spend on your community, what would you spend it on? Would you spend it to improve our hospitals? Or our schools? How about increase the pay of our firemen, policemen, or our wonderful state school professors? How about a sports stadium? Well, unfortunately, many politicians choose the latter, the stadium. There has been $12 billion spent in taxpayer money on sports stadiums between 2000 and 2010. Whether or not you are a sports fan, I think we can all agree that there are better things to be spending our money on than these billion-dollar stadiums. Now, I'm not arguing to end all professional sports as we know it, or even have them play in their old stadiums. We should be having the owners who are worth hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, pay for them by themselves. Even a big sports fan like me can admit, we have better things to spend our money on than this. So today, I'll be covering the side of sports that everybody loves, finance. So first off, why is this issue important? Let's answer this by looking at the city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Thrilling, I know. In 1996, voters approved the building of a new baseball and football stadium for a combined $540 million, according to the Wall Street Journal. Since then, the city has in major debt from building these extravagant stadiums. The city has had to have a public hospital sold, postpone their mass transit renovations, and have had to have budget cuts in their schools and sheriff's departments. They have also had to cut 1,700 public jobs. Obviously, these are things the city of Cincinnati wish they could pay for, but they cannot because the voters approved these new stadiums, and now they are completely financially trapped. Now you may be wondering, why cities are willing to help out rich owners who are the wealthiest of the wealthy pay for something. It is because they create the leverage. Owners will threaten to leave that city and say they will go somewhere willing to build them a new stadium. In football, they always use Los Angeles as their leverage city. In basketball, they usually use Seattle. And for a place like Cincinnati, for example, that's a scary prospect because their professional teams are a huge point of pride and a big draw for their city. Having a major sports team signifies your city is a major market, and that is important for a city like Cincinnati. Now, a common argument that you will hear is that having a professional team strengthens the local economy. However, this is an economic myth. Stanford economic professor Roger Noll argues, by comparison, other billion-dollar facilities, like a major shopping center or a large manufacturing plant, will employ more people and generate substantially more revenue and taxes. He argues that two preseason games, 8 regular season games, and possibly a couple of playoff games do not result in a large economic benefit. And a study done by Econ Journal Watch found no substantial evidence of increase in jobs, incomes, or tax revenue because of a building of a new stadium. Interestingly, most new stadiums are not much better for the average fan, because modern stadiums are now focused on building more luxury suites where businesses pay large fees for spaces to entertain clients. Now take a second to get a picture in your head of your hardworking parents or even yourself, working long hours, barely getting time to see their children, having their wages taxed for the city's new stadium. Now imagine an owner in his private suite as he watches the millions come in from his stadium that the hardworking people paid for. There's been a lot of attention made of income inequality in America. This has been an issue of importance for many Americans as fewer people accumulate a much higher percentage of overall wealth. The tax-paying American pays for the stadium, while the owner gets all the profits from the state, from tickets, merchandise, concessions, you name it. The only thing the city gets is the bill. So, what do we do about this? We shouldn't let a team leaving scare us. They'll try to play with your emotions and make you think that the team leaving will be the end of the world. Support politicians who refuse to spend our money to help sports stadiums. This is an important economic issue. If push comes to shove, let the team move. Sure, it's a sad thing if your team moves away, but they will still be on TV and you still will be able to support them. They'll just be in another city. Hopefully, if the people of the new city don't back publicly funded stadiums, the owners will have to back down on their bluff of moving. To conclude, we need to take a stand and say no to us funding stadiums. We need that money for other things. We have children's futures to fund, roads to be built, and hardworking public employees to be paid. At the end of the day, sports are just entertainment. Even a big sports fan like me, whose some of my best memories is going to Yankees and Knicks games with my dad, can admit we have better things to spend our money on. We need to get our priorities in order. Thank you.